Welcome to Love and Worship Mentoring Minutes. I'm Greg Williams, and this week we're going to talk about 4 ways to improve your marriage. Now, I know you're going to want to hear these, but you're also going to share this with others, okay? We got a lot of people out there struggling right now in their marriages and their families. I'm going to give you some things that if you'll take the time to do it, I promise you, it'll make your marriage better. For far too many marriages, and for many marriages, the word schedule is actually a 4-letter word. No, you say it's got 8 letters. Well, I know, but you know what I mean, right? Every time we think of schedule, we think of work and obligations and time set aside and duties fulfilled. Schedules fill our calendars, right? That's exactly why we cringe when we hear the word. On the other hand, schedules help to order our lives, focus our attention, and in many cases, they make us more efficient. That's why we do it, right? Here are 4 ways to improve communication and improve your marriage. Hint, it requires some scheduling. Number 1, schedule conversation each day. Some people do it naturally, but many people don't do it that well, and especially if there's one spouse that does and one that doesn't. Schedule conversation each day. Some call this couch time or couple time. It's not just talking, it's actually sharing events of your day, the ups and downs, the emotions, the circumstances, and how they impacted you. Start with 10 to 15 minutes each day. In this way, you are connecting through meaningful communication, and the root word of communication is actually uni, which means oneness. That's what God created marriage for. That's what He wants you to have. If you're not doing this, you're failing to follow through on that oneness. Second, schedule dates regularly. Now, and sometimes I say each week, sometimes I say, you've got a budget probably. There's dates you can do that are free. So if you can do that, schedule dates every week, but make sure you schedule them regularly. Maybe this ends up being bi-weekly. Okay? These can be elaborate, expensive, simple, or free, but you need to be intentional. Learn to set aside regular times to get away from the normal routine of the everyday. You don't have to set an agenda. Simply enjoy each other's company and do activities that relax, refresh, energize, and most of all, connect you. Or all the above. But you need to schedule downtime. All right? This is a Sabbath principle. All right? I can hear you now. Right. I got downtime. That's exactly why you need to schedule a time to kick back and let go of the nonstop demands. I can't even start to tell you what I'm in the middle of right now. Okay? But I got people praying for me, and every day I take that time. And every weekend I take some of that time. God always makes it up for me. I don't have to worry about that because I choose to take it and honor Him in the middle of it. Regularly schedule some downtime together. Do it in your marriage. Do it with my wife every day. Okay? This is not couch time or couple time. This is just relaxing time. This works wonders for personal and relational health, and you'll be surprised at how much better you handle the demands when you return to them. It's the Sabbath principle. All right? God was serious about the Sabbath. Okay? If you didn't keep it, it ranked up there with murder and adultery, by the way, for punishment. Death. What do you think about that? You know why He meant it? It wasn't for His sake. It was for our sake. It's a great blessing in it. And number 4, you're going to laugh when I say this, but when I get done, if you do it, you're going to be texting me and calling me and thanking me. Schedule sex. Seriously. What? I said that. You're going to read it somewhere, okay? I know this doesn't align with today's culture of the amazing, impulsive, spur-of-the-moment, anytime sex on the kitchen table or the living room floor or anywhere else, okay? That's what pornography has done to us. And if you get those moments, take them. You're married. Those of you who aren't, don't take them. You're only destroying. But if you're married, take them, yes. But be honest. How often has that happened with children and budgets and work and in-laws and neighbors and parents and church? And did I mention children and budgets? Yeah, okay? If you're able to have one of those moments, go for it. However, in the hustle and bustle of marriage, family, and life, think about it. Which is exactly why scheduling is extremely helpful. When we schedule anything, in this case sex, we actually begin to think about it. Right? Your mind is the greatest sex organ you have. When you set aside time to be intimate with your spouse and you're doing these other things, having the communication and you're helping out and serving and these other things as part of your marriage and family, guess what happens? You got it. You begin to think about that scheduled time, about being alone with your wonderful mate. And you think about your mate. Don't tell me how you think about them. That's between you two, okay? But you think about them. You think about the many wonderful things, and you may even text a few things that help. And your spouse may do the same thing, to focus on that scheduled time and what you may do. Try it. And keep that commitment of that scheduled time. And like many couples I've advised on this and they followed through, you'll thank me for it. I mentioned at the beginning that schedule is not a four-letter word. So try it. Enjoy the time scheduled with your spouse and watch your good thoughts and feelings grow for each other and your marriage flourish. Thank you for joining us on Love and Lordship Mentoring Minutes. Thank you for your prayers. Thanks always to the Lord. Make it a great day, and God bless in Christ.